Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Check out our large assortment of logo merch and our lifestyle collection as well. Just head over to abvnetwork.com and click on Shop. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. Finally, we are sponsored by the upcoming ABV Barrel Shop, a new liquor store experience coming to St. Louis, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop will serve as home to the ABV Network and will be owned and operated by Steve Akeley, Jim Fosnot, and Scott Creighton, a.k.a. the Barrel Buddies. To learn more about the investment opportunities in this new venture, listen to the ad at the end of this podcast. And now, on to the show. Hello, everybody. We are getting down to the end of the vacation, and we've got a couple dandy ones here lined up for you, though. This first one is a newer show, but it is definitely already iconic. And it's one that, I think I enjoy as much as the listeners do. And it's the one where I had the meltdown. So Danny Kennard, who we were doing this thing where we're high-end bourbons, and we're talking about which one we would choose out of the other one. And each time Danny went into this long thing of how he's never tried it. He doesn't know anything about it. He's not qualified to talk about these, and if he has to, he guesses he will choose. And one time, okay. I mean, I don't think you really need that, because in reality, what I always say to Danny after the fact is, if I came over to your house and I said, here's 2 super premium bourbons, which one would you like to try? Without a doubt, Danny would immediately be reaching for one or the other. He wouldn't get this whole thing about, hey, I've never tried these. I don't know anything about them. How can I pick out which one I'd like to try because I've never tried them in the past? No, he would pick one out. That's all I'm looking for him to do on the show, by the way. And, so I have this meltdown because sometimes people will hear one moment in time. And again, we've got almost 2,000 shows at this point. We're closing very quickly on 2,000. And someone will pick out one moment and, give us a bad rating. I didn't like that you did this or that. I'm like, my gosh, we've done 2,000 shows. I don't know how many hours of entertainment that equates to, but, for that one moment, which might be 15 seconds within a show of almost 2,000, that's where we get a bad rating from. So I just have this meltdown. And because sometimes I don't think people understand what goes into this stuff. And, it's just, I don't know, it's funny because it's real. I really like Danny. I'm not mad at him. I just want to make the best shows I can is all I want to do. And that's what you see here. And I hope you have some fun with it. I, like I said, enjoy listening to it. So check it out.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bracket challenge of the most expensive bottles of bourbon to determine the best one. My name is Miss Becca Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Nate Weinegar, Danny Kennard, and Jim Fosnot.
Hey, gang, what's up?
How you doing?
Good. Good. So this should be a fun show today. We're going to be getting into some of the most desirable bourbon out there. Well, this is from an article from Gear Patrol. So we don't like to just pick these randomly ourselves. Sometimes they have lists and things like that in online magazines or actual magazines. And this one was a Gear Patrol thing. And I thought, let's do it. They've got the prices. We're going to use the prices they listed and all that kind of stuff. But we'll get to that after the break. For right now, Miss Becca Sue said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that? Or Jim did.
I was wondering that. I'll say we talked about collecting in a previous episode, and I was going to say, is there a bottle that everybody has that's kind of their most special bottle, something they're either holding on to or just something that probably the most prized collection bottle they have?
Yes. I have a bottle of Booker's Rye. I got one left, and I'm hanging on to it for if my daughter's wedding, and that'll be a big thing. I can drink with my buddies at that. So that's the last of those that I've had, and it'll be a cool. You always think, well, what's a special event? I don't know. That's an epic thing, and I want to have an epic bottle, and that'll be it. How about you guys? Anything? Daniel get his list. If you guys take a delay here, he'll still.
I'd say that my most special one is my, I think it's a 70s bottle of Old Crow.
Yeah.
And it's just special because my favorite is 1969 Old Crow, and I don't have any of that. And so this is the next best thing for me. So I do like to share it a little bit, but it's not very often that I will crack that bottle open.
Okay. Nate, how about you?
This one's tough because honestly, I do open pretty much everything that I have. So even older bottles, some of my Dusties I've shared at different times.
Which one do you not want to run out?
That's a good question. I mean, I would say probably the Al Young. I'm on my last little bit of that. I just think that's a special pour. If I was going to say we collect, we have an archive of every single barrel pick that we've done. So I guess, I've tasted all those, opened all those, but out of the 62 picks that we've done, having one of those put away, and probably the first one we ever did was a Four Roses OBSF with Al Young, and I would say that was the first private pick that we've ever done. So
is this your personal collection, or is this a club thing where it's kind of owned collectively by the members?
Nah, it's mine. I mean, it's I'm sure members have their own, but I've drank all of them. I've opened all of them, but this is just one from every private barrel that I'd put away and just have on a shelf. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Danny, how about you?
Actually, I have 4 special bottles that I kind of.
He had like 300, and then we told him we can't do that. So now he's whittled it down to 4. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. What do you got?
Well, I've got 2 of the Weller Antique 107 that I have not cracked. I really like that one. I like it better than the Weller Foolproof, which I have 2 of those. I also like.
That was only 4. He said
no. And then
you have said 4. 2 107s, 2 Foolproofs. Okay. That's 4.
Math is
okay. I've got 2 more brands to say, but I have 2 of them. My next in line would be the it's not bourbon per se, but it's close. It's close.
Screwball?
No. Jack Daniel's, the Blue Label, the Heritage.
Oh,
they don't make it anymore.
Right.
So
that was good.
I've got 2 unopened bottles of that. And then I've only got 1 bottle left of the, how much of a turkey fan I am.
Yes.
I got tanked up one night at a hotel, decided to turn around and I'm telling everybody, don't open these bottles. And then all of a sudden I cracked it, but the damn cork broke. So we all got a little bit of cork in our drink, but it was a 375 of the Wild Turkey of the Austin Nicholas
brand.
All right. So that's my most prized possession. Hey,
those 9 bottles are his most favorite bottle. Okay, all right. I'm glad Danny was able to get it down to 1 as his most prized. All right, Jim, you asked the question. What is it for you?
So the one, and I, like Danny, I had to, but I did open one and drink it. Is I was lucky enough to do something with Jane Bowie, and she gave me 2 bottles of the Maker's Mark BU. Oh. And so I just think it's cool that their first kind of experiment with that, gift shop on release, and she gave it to me from, which said her husband was going to be pissed off at her for giving me the last 2 bottles that she had. So I don't know how many of those are left in existence, but we did open the one and drink through that one, but I'm holding on to the other one.
All right. Well, next time I'm out, we'll crack that. That'll be good. That'll be fun. It'll be a special event. I'm out at your place. That's special. So
I'll bring you to your daughter's wedding if I'm invited.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Let's hopefully that it's no time soon, by the way. That's not anything in the works by any means. So, all right. Well, guess what? It is time to drink. Becca looks like she's ready. She's got something in her hand. What do you got there?
I've got this tiny little bottle of Maker's 46. I picked up with Amy Akeley. She brought me with, she got a VIP experience at Maker's Mark.
She's a big time player there.
She was kind enough to offer that out to myself, and so obviously I went. You never ever pass up a chance to hang out with Amy Akeley. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh yeah, she's a lot of fun.
Everyone say bye to Amy.
Okay, the squeak was way louder than the cork pop. So that's the lead. I did hear a cork pop. It was terrible, but I heard it. So that means Becca has the lead. Nate, you're next.
All right, this came out yesterday. This is our Russell Reserve private barrel. It's our fourth one that we've done, and we call these Thunder Chickens. And we got the little Steve Spigot ring from our sticker club.
Your sticker club, yeah.
That's what we got here.
Okay. Nate was much better this time. No fouls. It was good. So that clean pop, that could be the winner. We'll see what happens. Danny, you're next.
Okay, I'm trying the well-loved bottle of the William Dalton Wheated Bourbon.
Okay. Yeah, it sounded like a well-loved bottle, so nothing there. All right, Nate's got the lead. I've got Barrel Seagrass, which is one of my passions here recently. I love this stuff. So, cork pop. Oh, I think I got the lead. I think I took it over. Jim, it comes down to you, man.
Well, I'm going to open up some old Rip 10 that I opened up with Royce and Becca when Heidi and I were down there a little while ago, exploring all the stuff for your new book, Steve. So,
oh, nice.
So see what we get out of this. But since we're doing a high-end talk here, I thought I'd do with this bourbon. Let's see what we got anything.
No, not enough.
Well,
not enough. The best whiskey of the bunch, but not going to win on the cork pop. So
that was a delicious pour, Jim.
Yes, it was.
There you go. There you go.
Thanks for having us.
It goes to me. Cheers, gang.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, it's going to be time to do this Gear Patrol list of the most expensive bourbons ever made, and we're going to figure out which one is best. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley of the ABV Network. Let's talk about the people who make this show happen. First up is Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Company founder Andy Lang started distilling as a hobby while serving his country as an elite Green Beret. Andy distilled all over the world during his time in the military and brought this passion back to him in the U.S. when he returned home. A visit to Leatherwood combines Andy Lang's unique distilled spirits and a museum of artifacts from his time serving the U.S. Share a drink with a fallen soldier at their bar where you can grab an acrylic bio off the wall that celebrates the individuals who gave the ultimate sacrifice to protect his or her country. They will also ship their distilled spirits directly to you, so check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com. We are also sponsored by Moonshine University. This longtime partner for the ABV Network helps educate individuals looking to get into the distilled spirits business, service industry employees looking to expand their knowledge, and individuals simply wanting to know more about the process and history of the spirits industry. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at Moonshine University, and it's something I continuously draw upon and connect with fellow graduates. Check out their full listing of classes, including Executive Bourbon Steward certification, production classes, and more at moonshineuniversity.com. Okay, let's talk about Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent visits to Kentucky. Today, he's leading the way for young distillers making their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery combines family history, a look at what makes their products unique, and of course a tasting through their whiskeys, moonshines, and creams. Check them out at neelyfamilydistillery.com and visit them in Sparta, Kentucky. All right, back to the show.
Saying Bourbon Daily?
Yeah.
Okay, you're listening to Bourbon Daily.
No, your name first.
My name.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Jason Sauter.
And?
And you're listening to Bourbon Daily.
Perfect.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're going to figure out which is the best of the most expensive bourbons ever made.
Yes, we are. So I'm going to be sharing to you, this is the secondary prices. Again, I don't know how accurate these are. I'm not really big into the secondary. So I know a little bit about it, but not the detailed as this is. So I'm going to share what Gear Patrol said. So I'm going to take the fact that they did the research. So this is what they've got. So, and again, there may be people on here who just pick out whatever the more expensive one is. You can do that. I think that a proper pick is based on what you think is more desirable, and it doesn't always necessarily tie to money. A.H. Hirsch, they say that's going to go between $3,500 to $4,500. Michter's 25, that's $5,000 to $7,500. Double Eagle Very Rare goes from $6,000 to $8,000. OFC. And of course, these vary depending on, there's a lot of different releases and a lot of different bottles. Some of those are as few as like 67. So that's probably at the higher end, but those go between $3,000 and $10,000 per bottle. Tornado, $10,000 to $14,000. Last Drop, that was the one that just came out recently, but it was from 1980, and then it was 20 years old at the time. Then they vatted it for 20 years, and that's going for $10,000 to $15,000 a bottle. That's insane. E.H. Taylor Old Fashioned Sour Mash, $10,000 to $17,000, and finally Old Rip 25-year. That's the $20,000 to $35,000. You can have a new car, or you can have your bottle of Old Rip. So that's our list. They're going to break down like this. H. Hirsch will take on the E.H. Taylor Old Fashioned Sour Mash. The Last Drop will take on the Double Eagle Very Rare. Old Rip 25 takes on Tornado. And finally, OFC takes on Michter's 25. Round number one up first is going to be, what is it going to be, Danny? Let's see here. Yeah, Danny, you're first. H. Hirsch versus E.H. Taylor Old Fashioned Sour Mash. Round number one, what do you think is the better bottle out of those two?
Well, I've never had any experience with E.H. Hirsch, but I have experience with E.H. Taylor, so got to go with
Fashioned Sour Mash?
Not the actual sour mash, just
okay. Gotcha.
A variance of E.H. Taylor.
E.H. Taylor Old Fashioned Sour Mash jumps to a 1-0 lead. Nate, you're next.
I'd go A.H. Hirsch, I think, over that.
A.H. Hirsch goes up, ties it up. Next up is Jim.
I'm going to continue with that. I'm going to go A.H. Hirsch. That was done at Mixer's Distillery, if I'm not mistaken, right? Was
correct.
The distillery there?
Yeah.
So that's a pretty cool thing there. You guys got some connection there with Dick Stahl, so that'd be one I would love to get my hands on.
Me too. Made by Dick Stahl. Some say the best bourbon that's ever been made. That's a big debate. There's nothing you could ever really truthfully land on one, but that's certainly in the discussion, which is cool. Miss Becca Sue, here's where we're at. A.H. Hirsch is now up 2-1 over the E.H. Taylor Old Fashioned Sour Mash. What's your vote?
I'm gonna have to go with the A.H. Hirsch.
A.H. Hirsch does move on. All right, next up is The Last Drop versus Double Eagle Very Rare. Round number 2. Up first is Nate. The Last Drop versus
I'm mute again.
Double Eagle Very Rare. This is a problem. This is called a podcast. It's an audio thing, Nate. You need to be on.
You know what's? I don't ever do that. I don't know what's happening there.
Are you passing gas? Is that why you're putting on mute? What? I mean, I don't see him sneezing or anything like that, or coughing fit. So
I do have
what else noise could cause this?
I do have a runny nose, so I was doing it.
Okay.
What are my choices again, Steve? I know.
This is a very professional show we got going on here. The Last Drop versus Double Eagle Very Rare.
I will say Double Eagle Very Rare.
Double Eagle Very Rare goes up 1-0. Jim, you're next.
The Last Drop, that's a Buffalo Trace also, isn't it?
Well, yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's their liquid, and they of course have a partnership with this group of bourbon industry executives that have developed this company called The Last Drop,
Right.
which specializes in really old releases.
I guess if I had to try, I've been lucky enough to try the Double Eagle Rare, but I haven't tried the Last Drop. So I would like to try that. So I'm gonna let that one move forward. So maybe someone lets me try it if it wins.
Okay, all right. That means it's tied it up. Miss Becca Sue, what do you think? The Last Drop or Double Eagle Very Rare?
I've had Double Eagle Very Rare. It just tastes like older Eagle Rare. Cool thing about it is like the display of it is absolutely beautiful, but the bourbon itself, like I said, it just tastes like a little bit older Eagle Rare, and that's not that cool to me. So I just don't find it that cool, and so I'm definitely going to go with the Last Drop.
The Last Drop. Okay. By the way, this barrel seagrass, I can't say this enough. This stuff is fantastic. It has a tangerine taste. I know the folks there, but it's not like this is any sort of plug or anything. It's just I like it. It's very good. All right, I have tried Double Eagle Very Rare. Again, kind of unimpressed, but at the same time, the Last Drop doesn't impress me at all. It's 20-year-old bourbon, and then they hang on to it for another 20 years, and then they talk about it being a 40-year-old product. 40 years since it was distilled, I get that, but it's not a 40-year-old product. It's a 20-year-old. They have other 20-year-old products that aren't worth that crazy number. They say $10,000 to $15,000 or some crazy shit. No, it's not worth that much. No, there's no way. Even though I haven't tried it, I'm telling you, it can't be worth that much. I'm going to go Double Eagle Very Rare, just because it's insanely priced, but not that insanely. So it's tied up. So
that I've seen Double Eagle Rare out there for $17,000.
Yeah. Well, there you go. At least it's a known entity. I like Eagle Rare, at least. I don't know what this last, it's just random stuff that someone, were they hanging on to it because they thought we're going to make a bunch of money off it, or were they hanging on to it was like, I don't know what to do with this shit. Well, it sat around for 20 years. No one's like, this is the world's best bourbon. We got to wait to release this. No. So they didn't know what the hell to do with it. So that's my point. My guess. I don't know. So it's tied up 2-2. Danny, you're going to be the tiebreaker here. The Last Drop or Double Eagle Very Rare? Very controversial one here.
Well, to tell you the truth, like I said, I've had a different variation of Double Eagles Rare. I've had just regular old Eagles Rare. I enjoyed it.
You've had a lot of Last Drops out of bottles. I'll say that.
Well, huh?
You've had a lot of Last Drops out of bottles, so this one's called.
Oh, yes, but it wasn't called Last Drop, so.
Okay.
But I can only go on experience of what I've had before, so I'll go with Eagles Rare.
Well, Eagle Very Rare. Moves on. All right, next up is Old Rip 25 versus Tornado. Round number 3. Jim, you're first.
The Tornado just kind of cracks me up because it's just basically E.H. Taylor warehouse got hit by a tornado, and they're saying because it didn't have a roof on it for a summer, it made this whiskey fantastic. I don't know if I'm buying that. So while I haven't had it, I'm going to go with the Old Rip 25. While it's crazy expensive, the story for Tornado just kind of reminds me like Orphan Barrel or something like that. I just call BS on it.
Right. Miss Becca Sue, you're next.
Yeah, I got to try the Tornado one. It was good. And I just asked my friend if I tried the Old Rip 25. I don't think I did.
Did I try this?
I don't think I've got.
Did I try this?
I've had it in my house. I don't think that one was opened up at my house.
Okay.
But I did have the Tornado handed to me on a podcast once.
There you go.
And that was good. But I think that the Old Rip 25 is cooler.
Old Rip 25. Yeah, I think the Tornado represents everything that's bad. I think if Buffalo Trace could go back in time, I don't even know if they do that because they just get ripped on about all the time. I mean, that's why people say the collapse Spartan's going to come out with that because look, Sazerac did a Tornado one. They throw the Tornado thing in their face all the time. That for everything that's crazy that someone comes up with, they use Tornado as an example of how crazy things can get, and they've already done that. I think Tornado is not good. Not necessarily good bourbon. It's good bourbon. I'll give you that. But the story is dumb and I don't like it. I like the Old Rip 25. Old Rip 25 moves on. All right, OFC versus Michter's 25. Round number 4. Miss Becca Sue is first.
Who's going against who?
OFC versus Michter's 25. This is an interesting one because this encompasses all OFC releases. They're all over the board. There's probably Michter's 25 is probably better bourbon across the board. But what are you going to do? OFC, they raise a lot of good money for charity with that brand. They do a lot of cool things.
We had that OFC over at the cards game the one night.
Yeah, we've had OFC. You get it out there, yeah.
It is good, but Michter's stands way higher in my regard than OFC does. So Michter's 25 for me.
Michter's 25 goes up 1-0. I'll say this, that OFC is good stuff. I do like it. And I do like the story. And I do like a lot of times they do charitable releases with it. It raises a lot of good money. But I think if we're talking about a better bottle, I think the Michter's 25 is going to be better. That's going to get my vote. Danny, you're next. Michter's 25 is up 2-0 over OFC.
Well, again, I haven't had an experience with either one, unfortunately. So I have to
just say yes. Say what you'd be more interested in. I'll get a bad review about this. People rip on us. They'll be like, I've got 2,000 fucking shows out there, and some guy will be like, he had a guy on there didn't even taste anything. I don't even know why he's on. And then I got to live with that forever. That review stands with me for the rest of time. That never goes away. The prick never comes back in and be like, I listened to 1,000 shows after that, and they're all good. No, it doesn't fucking matter. Then he's pissed off. Please, for the love of Christ, what do you think is better out of the two? Don't sit there.
Victors.
I thought that this entire series of recordings was about trying to piss off Nate. I did not know that it would end up being an angry Steve night. I had no idea. That's where this was going.
God, please, don't just tell us what you'd like better a chance to get. Just please, for the love of God.
How many times do I have to apologize for that review, Steve? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put that review out there for you.
Don't tell us how you shouldn't even be on the show and you have no responsibility to do it. Please just tell us what you want.
Victors.
Okay, Victors.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Sure.
Victors moves on. Oh my God. I wish I had kidney stones instead of hearing that.
Steve's going to hang up on his own podcast.
Oh, that was bad. All right. Here's our final 4. Please, no more to tell us why you shouldn't be on the show and you're underqualified. And all right. For now on, you're the expert because you're on the show. You're a goddamn expert. And this is what it is. And you're standby. I picked this and fuck you if you don't like what I just said because I'm the expert. I'm on a podcast. All right, here we go. Our final 4 looks like this. A.H. Hirsch versus Double Eagle Very Rare. Old Rip 25 versus Michter's 25. The battle of the 25s. Here's my nitroglycerin.
Take a breath, Steve.
All right, here's where we're at. A.H. Hirsch versus Double Eagle Very Rare. I'm up first. I don't know anything about these. I've never tried any of them. I don't really drink a whole lot of bourbon, to be honest with you.
Hey, Steve.
I've got other bourbons I've tried. So,
Steve, I'm going to need the warden's phone number so that if you have a heart attack on the show, I can alert her of what's happening.
If I slip over, please call her and let her know I'm dying.
I don't have her number. I'm going to need her number so when you have one of these fits.
Right. She's not watching TV. She doesn't know I'm dying up here.
I'll be to take your collection.
Right. All right. So here's where we're at. To me, I like Double Eagle Very Rare, but it's kind of a novelty. It's kind of a cool thing they do. A.H. Hirsch is the real deal. To me, that's some of the best whiskey that's ever been made. It's made by one of the greatest whiskey makers that's ever been made. Somebody who's underappreciated, not because of what they did in the industry, because of where they lived. He was in Pennsylvania. If he'd have been in Kentucky, and A.H. Hirsch was a Kentucky brand, this would be the most expensive one on the board. So I'm going A.H. Hirsch. There you go. Round number 5's up 1-0. Danny, you're next. This should be interesting.
Double Eagle's rare because I fucking said so.
I like it.
I like the confidence.
All right, Nate, you're next. What do you think, A.H. Hirsch or Double Eagle Very Rare? Zach hears this at your work. I think it's gonna be his new favorite show, Danny.
I think I'm this is an easy one. A.H. Hirsch.
A.H. Hirsch goes up 2-1. Jim, you're next.
Well, I think Double Eagle Rare has the better bottle. It's beautiful, but I'm not drinking the bottle. If I had to get my hands on something, that A.H. Hirsch, it would be near the top of my list of anything I want to get my hands on. So I'll go A.H. Hirsch.
A.H. Hirsch. Okay. That means A.H. Hirsch moves on. Round number 6, Danny, you are going to be first. Old Rip 25 versus Michter's 25.
Danny says Michter's.
I like it.
Exactly.
Now in third person.
Nate, you're next. Michter's or Old Rip 25?
I'm going to say Michter's. I think that is, I've had it, and it's fantastic, and I'd love to have several bottles of that.
All right. Jim, what do you think? Old Rip 25 or Michter's 25?
I'm going to just continue on this bandwagon and go Michter's. That would be one of my top ones.
Michter's 25 moves on. Our finale looks like this. A.H. Hirsch versus Michter's 25. Round number 7, Nate will be first. A.H. Hirsch or Michter's 25? What do you think out of those two?
Now, this is a little bit more difficult, but I do believe that A.H. Hirsch takes this. I would be super excited of either of those. So, yeah.
Absolutely. If they're talking, price range $3,500 to $4,500. I mean, that's within the realm. If someone comes up with one of those, you're going to dig up $3,500 to $4,500 to get it, I would think. Jim, what do you think? A.H. Hirsch or Michter's 25?
Well, it's kind of funny. The A.H. Hirsch is Michter's juice. Is the Michter's 25 Michter's juice, or do we know? I don't know.
No, it's not.
Still that.
No.
Overall, my choice is going to be A.H. Hirsch would be my. Yeah, I couldn't figure that out, but A.H. Hirsch would be my favorite. But it's just kind of ironic that it's actually Michter's juice that I'm picking over Michter's 25.
There you go. All right.
So A.H. Hirsch, to clarify.
A.H. Hirsch goes up 2-0. Miss Becca Sue, what do you think? You can end this thing right here, right now, if you vote A.H. Hirsch, or you can vote Michter's 25 and give them life in this game.
I first want to know that if, in fact, I call the warden to alert of your heart attack, if after that fact and you don't die, if Royce and I can come to your intervention.
No.
Even if we save your life?
I saved your fucking life, eh?
No way.
You can't save your life and come to your intervention.
No one on this call would be allowed into my intervention. So the warden famously was working on an intervention about a year ago. I didn't know this. And I said, well, give me an example of who's going to be, would you invited to this? And she says, well, Royce and Becca. And I said, wait, stop. They're drunks. They're drunks. They can't be there. They're not going to read a letter to me to talk about. And then, Danny, No. Danny will fall asleep, pass out during the middle of the intervention.
Mike.
That would literally be the first intervention hosted at a distillery.
Steve, I saw you puke on yourself, and that's disgusting. I said my piece.
Your hair touched the bowl. Hey, to my defense, I was sick at that time. I said my piece, Stevie. Oh, yeah. We watch that intervention. Royce and I watch that intervention every time I'm at his house now, like 4 times. It's just too great. But that's what it would have been like. So,
yeah.
There you go.
Back during the 8 a.m. day drinking, if anybody's wanting to know. That's when the intervention was being planned.
Yeah. Yes, during the 8 a.m. day drinking segment. Yes. You guys would have come walking in and be like, no, put the phone down. We got to talk. So there you go. All right.
But just wait till your friend Freddie Mills shows up.
Exactly. Reading a letter to me.
Freddie Mills is here.
Yeah, Freddie Mills is here reading a letter to me how my drinking is sad, pathetic.
Wait.
Oh, no. He'll endorse you.
Did Becca ever vote?
Oh, yeah, Becca never voted.
Did Becca ever vote, or she put her into intervention?
I would be voting for A.H.
Okay.
That means A.H. Hirsch wins this thing. Yes. Let's make it a final. Yeah, A.H. Hirsch wins. There you go. And they should. A.H. Hirsch, special bourbon made by a special person. And, unbelievable. Get your hands on a bottle or gift one to me, and then gift a second one to me, and then a third one, and then give one to Royce or Becker or whoever else you want after that. I'm fine. All right. We'll wrap this one up as we always do. By talking about where people can find us. Danny, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me at Danny Kennard on Facebook.
All right, Nate.
After this show, I don't want anybody to find me. So, Nate at don'tlookforme.com.
All right, Jim.
You can find me on Facebook at Jim Fosnut or on Instagram at FozJim, FAZZJIM.
All right, Miss Becca Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Becca Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Before we go to the Ask Miss Becca, just look at that. Right in here. Look on your screen. I'm holding my Halloween decoration that looks like Becca. It's weird. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
How are you on Steve's front porch and in Kentucky at the same time?
Yeah, exactly. Look at that.
I really don't understand that.
Look at that. Somebody take a photo of the screen right
Hilarious.
now. Somebody take a photo of the screen.
I'm the pumpkin.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There's Royce right there. And no one's taking a photo of the screen. All right. We'll wrap this. Yeah, that's a great team. I've assembled quite a crew. I'll say that. It's going real well. All right. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by asking Miss Becca Sue, is there anything else we need to know before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps when people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.
Cheers.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you are a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least, at the top of the show, I mentioned investment opportunities at the new liquor store concept, the ABV Barrel Shop, being launched in 2022 by myself, Jim Fosnot, and Scott Creighton. We are crowdfunding some of the capital needed to open the store. Not only does it offer a return on your investment, but a lifetime of status and benefits at the store. Of course, this investment is a loan and involves a high degree of risk, which may not be suitable for all persons. Prospective investors should carefully evaluate the risk and merits of an investment, should confer with their own legal and financial advisors, and should be able to bear the risk of the loss of their investment before considering the investment described herein. If you would like more information, contact us via the under construction website at abvbarrelshop.com and fill out the form.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.